Welcome to the 2020 Western Heights College Award presentation. I'm proud to introduce myself as Tamara Hare, Assistant Principal of Western Heights College. This is a unique awards ceremony, as have been most things in 2020. As a community, we have worked through some of the challenges of engaging our students in online learning and connecting with our families. Our streaming of our 2020 celebration is another challenge, and we trust you will enjoy and appreciate the format. I would now like to welcome and hand over to our college captains, Nathaniel Briers and Laura Domofsky, who have recently completed their exams and led our college in a year that required incredible flexibility and initiative. I welcome them to invite you to acknowledgement of country.
We would like to acknowledge the traditional landowners of the land on which we are meeting today, the Wutherong people, and pay our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. 2020 has not been the year we anticipated, but we all acknowledge that we have appreciated being part of the Western Heights community, led by Miss Fiona Taylor. We would like to introduce and welcome Miss Taylor to deliver the 2020 Principal's Address.
To our Western Heights College students, parents and staff, ladies and gentlemen, and special guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you here in our online space, broadcast across the land and potentially internationally, today to celebrate the achievements of 2020. Today is an opportunity to celebrate and reflect on the learning, the doing and the achievements of our school community across the course of the school year. And what a year it's been. 2020 has been one of the most challenging years for all of us. During term one, we made a wonderful start to the school year. We were also lucky enough to experience normal school life with our annual swimming sports carnival, athletics carnival, and our open evening for 2021 prospective students. Our year had started well, but we were cautiously, from a distance, keeping an eye on this thing called the coronavirus or COVID-19, which was starting to take hold overseas and creep into Australia. As the talk became more prevalent, the numbers on our shores began to surge. And as a college, the questions in our classrooms started. What is this virus? Why are we fighting and scrapping over toilet paper in our supermarkets? And will this thing affect us here in Geelong? Our answers mostly were as if, or don't be silly, it won't affect us, or it's a conspiracy. But sure enough, that toilet paper shortage hit us, and the storage for our toilet rolls had to be delivered in top secret and placed under lock and key. Our days were spent watching press conferences with Dan Andrews and focusing on numbers like we've never focused on before, daily COVID cases. And in lockdown too, sadly, the rising fatality rate. Terms such as flattening the curve, stay-at-home orders and curfews, social distancing, quarantining, self-isolating, elbow bumping, can you believe, instead of shaking hands. Essential workers, frontline workers, and the ring of steel have been part of our language this year. No sport, no workouts in the gym, no hairdressers or waxers, no cafes or even no pubs. What a year it was turning out to be. And it was in March, during the last week of term one, it was announced that Victorian schools would be reverting to remote and flexible learning. Never ever in my educational life did I think I would be using the code pandemic to record student and staff absence from school. During that term one and term two school breaks, we were busy preparing for remote learning and trying to understand how to use Google Classrooms, WebEx and Zoom. Who can forget Zoom? We prepared to operate as best we could in absolutely unprecedented times in which all of us were affected. I could not have been more pleased with how our school community responded in that really tricky scenario. Our focus as a community was don't be scared, just be prepared. And I was confident that we did as much as we could to be as organised as best we could in that rapidly changing landscape. It was indeed challenging times, but I was so impressed by the focus on what was important, and that was each other, our health, our well-being, and our learning. It was an unsettling time, and I was inspired by how our community found optimism and opportunities in the different way of living and the different way of learning that COVID threw our way. Secondary school is not just about learning. It's about the friendships you make, the friendships that will eventually fade, and the ones that you will keep for decades. School, and in particular, this year I've reflected on our Year 12s. No number of delayed events, missed events or cut assemblies will make up for the impact COVID has had on our Year 12 group this year. But not even a pandemic can change the relationships and the connections forged in the most stressful of times. Ultimately, the shared experience of COVID-19 will replace the rites of passage, and the year of 2020 will be remembered for one thing, and that's resilience, and for the confidence that we can manage tough things and we can get through it. All our students have managed and thrived and been able to continue to learn more about themselves, how we can engage when we are apart, remote learning, and how important community and people is for our connection. Be proud of your growth this year. I am proud of who we are at Western Heights College and proud of our students and staff. Our school is defined by what our learners do by finding themselves and creating unique identities. Our community is really starting to understand this more strongly, and this is being reflected in the fact that our school enrolment numbers are again growing for 2021. In the last few months, we have been busy planning for extra classes of students at Year 7, 8 and 9 for next year. This is exciting, and this is something which is emphasised the growing confidence and trust that we have and will continue to build within our community. Today, though, we celebrate and officially recognise the many achievements amongst the challenges of our students and staff for the 2020 school year. An almighty thanks must go to the ongoing dedication of our staff team at the college. Our staff are to be commended for their efforts and their commitment during this year. I continue to be amazed at the incredible opportunities you have provided for our students week in, week out. COVID times and non-COVID times, our staff have been brilliant. I do not know how many of them coped and survived whilst managing the teaching and learning of our students, whilst juggling the stresses of providing learning at home for their own children, and commitments, I guess, and potentially tiptoeing around partners working at home for their own careers as well. In many ways, the bonds between staff, students and parents have grown this year, as we were virtually living in each other's living rooms, kitchens and studies, sharing learning with each other and our families for well over that 6-month period. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the college staff leadership team for their tireless work in continuing to lead, support and develop our community vision. It would also be remiss of me not to formally recognise the wonderful teaching work of 3 staff members who will depart Western Heights College at the end of this year. Heartfelt and sincere thanks to Kerry Siritich, Kerry Hammond and Brianna Dennett, all amazing women who have made a great impact on the lives of so many young people from our community. Stay safe, stay in touch and be proud of your achievements here at Western Heights College. We're collectively proud of the imprints and the legacy that we will leave with our community. Now I'd like to take some time out to mention the 2020 college captains, the dynamic duo of Nathaniel Brees and Laura Domofsky. These 2 students have been outstanding role models throughout the year. And yes, it was a different year, but both of you have shown us that you'll be outstanding community members moving into the future, and I wish you both well. We have numerous highlights at our school each year. And even in a year of 6 months of remote teaching and learning, we have enjoyed many highlights. I invite and I ask that you spend some time reading through our college magazine, which reflects some of the terrific work and the learning and the growth that has been achieved this year. The publication is a wonderful celebration, and I wish to thank Mrs. Hurley for her amazing work putting together a publication which surmises our year. I look forward to providing you with constant updates of our continued growth and learning throughout next year. as we continue to grow and work as hard as ever over the next 12 months towards our community and our college realising its potential as a wonderful, viable school in our local Geelong community that cares for its people and has high expectations for its learners. The achievements tonight reflect and highlight the effect of a hard-working team, and that's not possible through the efforts of any one person. They are a result of a unified team of teachers, students, parents, community groups and partnerships, something that we continue to be very proud of here at Western Heights College. To all members of our school council, led by our president this year, in Mrs. Violetta Prodanov, thank you very much for your efforts and your support throughout the year. Finally, I wish all of our departing students the very best for a successful and enjoyable future. And once again, I'd like to congratulate and wish the best of luck to our Year 12s as you begin to map out the next phase of your lives. It was such a pleasure to share with you our graduation and celebrate the wonderful 6 years of your schooling here at Western Heights College last Wednesday. In closing, I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a safe and relaxing holiday break. To all our returning students, I look forward to seeing you all back here, refreshed and ready to engage in new learning experience in 2021, in hopefully a very COVID-safe and a normal year, or something that resembles more of a normal year. Thank you and take care.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. As shared, this has been a challenging year, but not without lots of positive learning outcomes as well as we continued our blended learning journey. I ask that as we acknowledge the achievements of students in 2020, that you congratulate them as we work through the award winners. One of the advantages of 2020 is that I do not have to ask you to hold your applause as we recognise each achiever. You have the privacy to do this in your own home. Nevertheless, we ask that you take the time to reflect on the achievements of all students. The first category of awards is to our Year 7 students for commendable endeavour. Students who receive awards in this category have shown considerable improvement in their learning, approaching their tasks with commitment and persistence. I invite you to acknowledge the following students: Addison Bars, Jessie Combridge, Ryan Crothers, Ethan de Groot, Emily Postorino. Our next award is the Service and Citizenship Award. This is an opportunity for the college to acknowledge a student who has enriched life in the Year 7 community and demonstrated outstanding leadership and a sense of community in their transition year. This year, the Year 7 recipient is Holly Jacobs. The Principals Award is presented to a student at each year level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic, belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 7 Principals Award is Aliana Harvey. The Literacy Encouragement Award is presented in acknowledgement of a Year 7 student who has shown passion, interest and growth in this area of their learning. The recipient of the 2020 Literacy Encouragement Award is Maisie Corcoran. The Kiwanis Encouragement Award is a new award introduced at Years 7 to 10 in 2020. We thank the Kiwanis for this award. The Kiwanis Encouragement Award is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a commitment to improve their learning in all learning areas. The recipient of the 2020 Year 7 Kiwanis Encouragement Award is Bella Burr. The next category of Year 7 awards are for scholastic achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their first year of learning at Western Heights College in what we acknowledge has been a challenging year for transitioning. The recipients are Maisie Corcoran, Aliana Harvey, Tia Sampson, and Francis Wilson. The final award in the Year 7 category is the Ducks of 2020. It is my pleasure to announce Alia Costarino as the Year 7 Ducks of 2020. As I said, please take the time to acknowledge and reflect on the achievement of award recipients and all Year 7 students in their transition year. Following the format of the Year 7 awards, the first category of the awards to our Year 8 students is for commendable endeavour. Students who receive awards in this category have shown considerable improvement in their learning, approaching their tasks with commitment and persistence. I invite you to acknowledge the following students: Harshi Basha, Jordan Favaloro, Will McCredden, Missy Richmond, and Geordie Seeger. Our next award is the Service and Citizenship Award. This is an opportunity for the college to acknowledge a student or students who have enriched life in the Year 8 community and demonstrated outstanding leadership. This year we are pleased to announce dual Year 8 recipients: Cade Bauer and Mitchell Mamoli. The Principal's Award is presented to a student at each year level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 8 Principal's Award is Chloe Baldock. Our next award at Year 8 is the Kiwanis Encouragement Award. The Kiwanis Encouragement Award is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a commitment to improve their learning in all learning areas. The recipient of the 2020 Year 8 Kiwanis Encouragement Award is Lacey Hobbs. The next category of Year 8 awards are for scholastic achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their 2020 year of learning at Western Heights College. The recipients are Xavier Nelson, Annie Poon, and Ileana Todova. The final award in the Year 8 category is the Ducks of 2020. It is my pleasure to announce again dual recipients in this category: Macy Bowie and Ray Al-Adam as the Year 8 Ducks winners of 2020. Please take the time to acknowledge and reflect on the achievement of award recipients and all Year 8 students. We now move on to the Sports Awards. Our next category of awards recognises students who have excelled in sport during a year which was challenging for participation. As a college, we are fortunate to have our students participating in our swimming and athletics carnival. We also acknowledge the lost opportunity for participation in college sports, but look forward to participation and achievements in 2021. Based on early 2020 participation, awards have been earned and made to the following recipients: Junior Sportsperson, Jada Bunny; Intermediate Sportsperson, Quade Kaiser; Senior Sportspersons, Isabella Wells and Jasmine Watley. Year 9 awards. The first category of the Year 9 awards are for commendable endeavour. Students who receive awards in this category have shown considerable improvement in their learning, approaching their tasks with commitment and persistence. I invite you to acknowledge the following students: Tom Bartolo, Katie Combridge, Isabella Gribben, Yanessa Imbrani, and Blair Tornier. Our next award is the Service and Citizenship Award. This is an opportunity for the college to acknowledge a student who has enriched life in the Year 9 community and demonstrated outstanding leadership and a sense of community. This year, the Year 9 recipient is Adam Asavin. The AVID Award, or Advancement via Individual Determination, recognises a student at Year 9 who has excelled in the AVID program at Year 9. This award recognises the continued efforts and achievements of a student who has strived to be independent, organised, resourceful and determined in their learning, and who aspire to succeed in life. It is a pleasure to announce that the 2020 winner of the Year 9 AVID Award is Katie Combridge. The Principals Award is presented to a student at each level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 9 Principals Award is Sienna McCalman. Our next award at Year 9 is the Kiwanis Encouragement Award. The Kiwanis Encouragement Award is again awarded to a student who has demonstrated a commitment to improve their learning in all learning areas. The recipient of the 2020 Year 9 Kiwanis Award is Katie Combridge. The next category of Year 9 awards are for scholastic achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their 2020 Year of Learning at Western Heights College. The recipients are Keely Burland, Stephanie Dyer, Nia Kennedy, and Shania Suter. The final award in the Year 9 category is the Ducks of 2020. It is my pleasure to announce Amanda Debreeze as the Ducks of Year 9 2020. Please take the time again to acknowledge and reflect on the achievements of all students. We now move on to the Year 10 awards. The first category of the Year 10 awards are awarded for commendable endeavour. Again, students who receive awards in this category have shown considerable improvement in their learning, approaching their tasks with commitment and persistence. I invite you to acknowledge the following students: Annie Hobbs, Nicholas Hobb, Tanil Knight, Namaya Manchakaka, Emily McLean. Our next award is the Service and Citizenship Award. This is an opportunity for the college to acknowledge a student who has reached the life in the Year 10 community and demonstrated outstanding leadership. This year, the Year 10 recipient is Oakley Moster. The Principals Award is presented to a student at each year level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 10 Principals Award is Emily McLean. Our next award at Year 10 is the Kiwanis Encouragement Award. The Encouragement Award is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a commitment to improve learning in all learning areas. The recipient of the Year 10 Award is Ashton Percy. The next category of Year 10 awards are for scholastic achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their 2020 Year of Learning at Western Heights College. The recipients are Isabella Couch, Oakley Mustard, Harley Saunders, and Melanie Simpson. Each year, the University of Melbourne invites applications for the Kwong Lee Dow Scholars Program, an academic enrichment program designed to support high-achieving secondary students who aspire to university studies, an opportunity to experience tertiary learning and to make connections. We're pleased to announce the recipient of the 2020 Kwong Lee Dow Scholars Program is Annie Holtz. The final award in the Year 10 category is the Dux of 2020. It is my pleasure to announce Levi Ballin as the Dux of Year 10. Again, please take time to acknowledge your students. Year 11 awards. The first category of the Year 11 awards awarded in VCAL for achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their 2020 Applied Learning Program at Western Heights College. I invite you to acknowledge the following students: Max Kelly, Taya Marshall. Our next award is the Service and Citizenship Award. This is an opportunity for the college to acknowledge a student who has enriched life in the Year 11 community and demonstrated outstanding leadership and a sense of community. This year, the Year 11 recipient is Matthew Pantelimon. The Principal's Award is presented to a student at each year level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 11 Principal's Award is Shakira Muvani. Our next award at Year 11 is the Kiwanis Encouragement Award. The Kiwanis Encouragement Award is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a commitment to improve their learning. The 2020 recipient is Michaela Versace. The next category of Year 11 awards are for scholastic achievement. The recipients of these awards have achieved excellence in their 2020 year of learning. The recipients are Jackson DeBell, Nicholas Prodnov, Michaela Versace, and Jasmine Watley. The final award in the Year 11 category is the Dux of 2020. It is my pleasure to announce dual recipients in this category: Zach Harvey and Tiana Prodnov. We now move on to another special category, the Art Awards. Western Heights College celebrates the achievements of all students in the arts. We know that creative students are positioned to excel as they will take opportunities with their learning. The following recipients have been acknowledged for their learning in the performing and visual arts. Performing Arts Award, Year 8, Talia Spiddy. Art Endeavour Award, Year 8, Zahir Nazar. Art Endeavour Award, Year 9, Amanda Brez. Art Endeavour Award, Year 10, Brielle Stocks. At Year 12, we acknowledge a student who has shown consistent excellence in achievement within the arts. The 2020 Art Achievement Award recipient is Laura Domofsky. Each year the college selects artwork from a Year 12 student and invites them to donate it to the college art collection. The pieces will hang for 12 months in the foyer of the administration building and then form part of a permanent collection. In 2020, the recipient of the College Acquisition Artwork Award is Kayla Debkowski. In announcing this award, I share the feedback of Kayla's studio arts teacher, Anna Hurley. Kayla's work in studio arts this year could be said to signify the resilience, strength and positivity that the Western Heights College community have displayed this year during this most unusual time. At the beginning of the year, Kayla began with the theme Life Through an Lens for her folio work, not realising that this very literally would be what she would be capturing in 2020. During our first COVID-19 remote learning period, Kayla actually contacted the famous Australian photographer, Anne Geddes, who is known for her beautiful portraits and baby photos. To her surprise, Anne Geddes returned her message while in lockdown in New York. New York at this time was gripped with fear, thousands dying every day from the coronavirus, and photographers such as Anne had no work and had to remain in lockdown in their small apartments. Congratulations to Kayla and each of the other students on their achievement in the arts. Our next category is the Year 12 Awards. With the delay to the VCE examination period in 2020 and the rescheduled release of results, we are unable to announce Subject Achievers Awards and VCE DUCs at this time. However, we are able to announce the achievements of the following students who have been successful in their VCAL and or VET studies, as well as other college and community awards. School-Based Apprenticeship and Traineeship Award. Each year we recognise a student who, through their perseverance and commitment to learning, have excelled in all aspects of their school-based apprenticeship. These students balance the commitment of school attendance, work placement and study as they transition to a pathway to employment and study. The recipient of the 2020 School-Based Apprenticeship and Traineeship is Thomas Viliardis. Victorian Certificate of Applied Learning Achievement Award, Year 12. This student completed his Senior VCAL certificate and a Certificate 3 in Horticulture. He combined work as a school-based apprenticeship with classwork. This year's award is presented to Riley Elvin. Victorian Certificate of Applied Learning, DUCS. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2020 Western Heights College VCAL DUCS is Sophie Chasais. In late January, Sophie commenced her SBAT in Cert 3 Community Services at Herne Hill Primary School 1 day a week with their PE classes before the first COVID lockdown. Unfortunately, she was unable to continue with this placement. Sophie demonstrated initiative in quickly approaching the Victorian group training about continuing her work with their community employment models throughout Geelong and districts. She worked at the Employment Office in Geelong, abiding by the strict COVID-safe regulations, where she assisted members of the community who were looking to undertake all types of apprenticeships and traineeships. Sophie's reliability and attention to detail made her fantastic to have in that work environment. The final award in this category at this time is the Principals Award. The Principals Award is presented to a student at each year level who focuses on learning and achieving and demonstrates through their endeavours and work ethic belief in themselves. The recipient of the 2020 Year 12 Principals Award is Preshta Muzaffari. Community Awards is our next category. Each year we are fortunate to have the opportunity to present awards made available by community members or groups. The first award in this category is the inaugural Western Heights College Best All-Rounder Award. This award is presented in recognition of a student's excellence in academic leadership, sporting and community service. I am pleased to announce that the inaugural winner is Mason Potter. The Richard Marles Leadership Award. Each year, the Honourable Mr. Richard Marles, member for Corio, recognises a student who demonstrates outstanding leadership amongst their peers. In recognition of the leadership services to the college, the Richard Marles Award for Outstanding Leadership is awarded to 2020 College Captain Laura Domofsky. Australian Defence Force Longtan Youth Leadership Awards. The ADF Longtan Youth Leadership Awards are designed to encourage senior students to become tomorrow's leaders, to actively participate in the life of their schools and local communities. The 2020 recipients are Tiana Prodanov and Holly McBain. The Melbourne Principal Scholarship. The Melbourne Principal Scholarship is awarded to an aspirant, high-achieving young student who may have an interest in commencing tertiary studies at the University of Melbourne. This year the scholarship is awarded to Nathaniel Breeze. Our next awards are donated by Rotary. Each year the Rotary Club of Bayside Geelong Literacy Award acknowledges a student for their determination to succeed in literacy. I am pleased to announce the recipient of this award in 2020 is Alexandra Colomares. Our final award in this category is the Rotary Club of Geelong West Service Above Self Award. This is an award to a student who has shown the capacity to provide or display service to the community above any need for recognition or anticipated reward. The recipient of this award in 2020 is Sophie Trezars. We now move to our 2020 Leadership Awards and induction of the 2021 College Leaders. In introducing our current captains, Nathaniel Breeze and Laura Demoski, I would be remiss in not acknowledging their leadership of the student community generally, but also their initiative and flexibility in collecting with the college community at all times, but particularly during remote learning and restrictions. I welcome and ask Nathaniel and Laura to present the 2020 Captain's Address.
Every year, we celebrate the achievements of those who have excelled academically or in the sporting arena. Laura and I would like to acknowledge everyone this year, not just those who receive awards. There have been enough challenges recently that we believe everyone should be recognised for their hard work, determination, and effort. Whether or not you receive an award, be proud of yourselves and hold your heads high as 2020 comes to a close. To the teachers, we say thank you and acknowledge the dedication that has had to go into making this year work as well as it did.
This year was very different to what we expected it to be. Nevertheless, Nathaniel and I are incredibly grateful for the opportunity to represent Western Heights College as college captains, and we wish all the best to all students next year. Nathaniel and I want to give our best wishes and congratulations to the college captains of 2021, although we know you'll do great. I'd like to introduce Alice Irving, Matthew Pantalone, and Tiana Prodanov.
Good evening, staff, students, and parents of the Western Heights College community. We are proud to announce that we will be your college captains in 2021. With the anxious and unknowing year that we have had this year, we want to reassure everyone that next year will be as close as normal to possible. Next year is going to be massive, but as the school is expanding with larger numbers of basketball students, the new football academy starting up, and all the new Year 7s, we are very excited. We want to make sure everyone feels welcome and comfortable, and we'll put our best foot forward into making sure everyone is comfortable, welcome, and just as excited as we are. I'd like to start off by first congratulating my fellow captains on successfully attaining their positions as college captains in 2021. It is going to be an absolute honour to work beside you both. I'd also like to congratulate everyone on successfully making it through this year. It has been very tough, but we have made it out. I'd also like to thank the current college captains for their persistence and hard work this year, which has been quite the challenge. With a new year and fresh slate, we are eager to get started in our new role as college captains. We are keen to work with you in making our college an even more enjoyable and welcoming environment where each and every one of us can learn to the best of our abilities and push well beyond our limits.
We cannot wait to see your happy, smiling faces around the college next year and see you all grow together. We have a whole bunch of plans in store next year that we hope to implement to ensure our college is functioning at its best, so our fellow students and staff members can reap the benefits. As coronavirus and restrictions will still be sticking around, we are optimistic to ensure all our plans will go ahead in 2021, despite any new challenges that we may face. There will be many sporting opportunities along with ones regarding student voice and leadership and many more. And we will work our hardest to ensure that they are available to you or are fulfilled by us when appropriate. We want to strive to improve all areas of the college, especially including the departments of mental health and overall comfort for our fellow students. The repercussions of COVID-19 have had and will have lasting effects on us, so we'd like to minimize these as much as possible by enabling members of our community to access the support networks available and creating new ones for those in need. With the access to new specialist sporting programs, we want to create the most inclusive environment for each and every individual and promote student voice across our community. If you have any concerns or suggestions, please feel free to approach us, as we would be more than delighted to hear from you. Any of your contributions would be very much appreciated.
As your college leaders, some of the strong qualities that we believe are vital in making the school a better place is acting with compassion throughout all facets of leadership. Whether it's within the wider community or school grounds, we hope our peers and public can see how proud we are to be a part of the college. The willingness to put in the extra effort and dedication to get the best possible outcome for the year ahead. How we would love to be viewed as your leaders is not only the example we set around the school, but to always be inclusive and welcoming to any students who may need someone to talk to, which will be essential next year. With all the new students coming in, I know how scary it will be, as I've experienced it myself. We may not always have the right answer, but we will always be available to listen to any issues or problems big or small students may have. Making the college a place where everyone gets a chance to put forward their ideas, which we believe will strengthen the connection between the students and staff and build a better college culture. We would like to thank you all for your outgoing time, patience and support throughout this challenging year. And may you all have a very safe, relaxing and most importantly, a joyous break. And may 2021 be the greatest, safest and most enjoyable year yet. Bring it on.
Our student voices are certainly our college. I hope everyone heard that really clearly. Thank you, Nathaniel and Laura. We wish you all the very best as you graduate from the college and trust that you'll continue to remain connected with us as active alumni. Congratulations also to Alice, Matthew and Tiana as you commence your 2021 leadership, and with the priority focus on student voice and building a really strong student leadership base. Events such as these do not take place without the sponsorship of our community. On behalf of the college and award winners, I would like to thank the following sponsors for their continued support in 2020. AGM Cleaning Services, Kiwanis Club of Geelong, Mr. Richard Miles, Macquarie's Bus Lines, Auscomic IT Services, Rotary Club of Bayside Geelong, Rotary Club of Geelong West, Bandavlet Gardening Services, Victorian Group Training, and Extreme Technology. I'd also like to particularly thank our administrative assistant Natasha Petrovics and our leading teacher Paul Rogers for putting this together. This brings us to the end of our 2020 awards presentation. I remind all recipients that their awards are available for collection from the Administration Office on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. On behalf of all members of our community, I reaffirm our congratulations to all award winners and to all achievers in 2020. I encourage all students and families to reflect on your achievements in what has been an unusual year of learning. Having noted this though, we also urge you to celebrate your commitment and resilience and perspective on learning in 2021 and beyond. We wish you a safe, festive season and look forward to seeing you in 2021.